Stan, it's a very emotional thing for me to bid farewell to you as a racehorse trainer, although I know that your services will never be lost to TELLYTRACK and that you'll be on the race course. How's Stan Elley feeling inside?
You know, Andrew, a lot of people have asked me that same question, and it's a difficult one to answer. Yes, there's a bit of sadness. I mean, it's been my life for 41 years. This has been my life, so in that way it is a bit of sadness. A little bit of relief, I've got to say. You know, there's a lot of pressure involved in training racehorses, and it's not easy when you only got a handful. So a little bit of relief, and in fact a little bit of excitement as well. You know, when you are a trainer and you're trying to do your job properly, there's not a lot of time for much else. And there's other things that I want to do and try my hand at, so you know, now I'll have the opportunity to do that. So mixed feelings, but no regrets.
You know, I have a good friend who I was at school with back in the late 70s, and he used to ride work for you at Philippi. His name is Craig Springate. He's a very prominent doctor here. And it seems like forever ago that you've been training horses, and there have been some incredibly good horses that have passed through your hands. And the one that immediately springs to mind, of course, is the guy that ran today, Keppel. You've had a couple of very, very special horses.
Oh, I have, you know. I've been lucky, I must say. In the last 10 years, I've been pretty lucky. I kicked off pretty well as well. You know, when I started, I had 6 leased fillies. And they all won races. They were a bunch of Fieldmaster fillies, which my brother leased for me, and they all won races. But amongst those 6 was a filly called Dixie Dawn, ran second in the Fillies Guineas. There was a filly called Seal Kitten that won 6 or 7 races, including a couple of features. So I was lucky when I kicked off, and then I had wonderful patrons early on as well, such as Jaime Maisel. You know, Butch Watson Smith joined me early. Loretta Crane gave me a chance. So I've been lucky in that way. I've never managed to crack into the big time though with a lot of owners. I've always had a small string, which I think is my own fault, frankly, because I never did marketing. Social media is beyond me, so I've had to settle for a smaller string. But in the last 10 years, even with a small string, I really have had my share, probably more than my share of decent horses. I mean, I've only got 15 at the moment, well, just before I packed up. And of those, 4 of them came to Durban this year, 3 of them have won features. So I think in terms of percentages, I've been lucky, I've done okay.
You know, Stan, sometimes I've tried to split my life between presenting and producing, which is not easy. It's like splitting your life between presenting and training racehorses, which is an all-encompassing business. Yeah. I don't know where you find the time.
Yeah, it's, you know, if truth be told, I'm not convinced that they should go together, quite frankly, because presenting does require a lot of homework and, you know, that type of thing. And I think, to be frank, maybe it hasn't allowed me enough time to delve a little bit deeper into the form lines that maybe I should have. But there, when I say a little bit of excitement, well, I did say that early on, I've got more time now to delve into those things and discover why a horse ran bad on that occasion or should have run better on that occasion, whatever, you know. So, yeah, it's not easy, but I think it'll go better now. I'm hoping that, you know, with more time, I can do a little bit better job.
You've always remained objective, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think you've got to be. You know, if you're going to start favouring this guy or that guy or the other guy, it's not going to work. You've got to be totally unbiased and, as you say, objective, and tell things like they are.
One horse that springs to mind is a horse called El Milagre. He was one of the first El Muftis that rose to prominence. You came up and raided with great success in Johannesburg. That must have been a huge thrill.
You know, I think it was the day South Africa won the Africa soccer competition, you know.
1995?
1995, that's right, or 96 I think it might have been. I think the rugby was 95, the soccer was 96.
Correct.
Yeah, we decided to have a go because I'd taken a horse to Bloemfontein and won their biggest race, the Tabanchi Sun Casino Stakes in those days, over 2,000. So I thought, well, if we could go to altitude and win over 2,000, let's try the 1,000 metres in Joburg. It was a handicap, so it looked right for him. He won by the shortest of short heads imaginable. And yeah, but he was not a bad type. I think he was 8 or 9-time winner, and, but that was the highlight of his career, no question.
They've become known as the Badge Boys. Red Badge was a solid, hard-knocking, versatile horse that stayed really well.
Oh, he was fabulous. You know, he twice ran third rather in the July. He won the J&B Stayers, he won the Winter Classic, he won the Algoa Cup, he won a lot of races for us, and he was a real fun horse. As you say, the Badge Boys, Fullard Drew, John Ryan and Mike Wanfor, and we had a lot of fun. We had so much fun. It wasn't only the racing, it was about a lot of fun as well. And I must mention another name, Butch Watson Smith, who sadly passed away a week or two ago. Stalwart, soldier for the stable. He was involved with me from day one. And funny enough, we started in this game together and we're going out of the game together.
I'd have to say that in my recollection, the horse that probably is the very best of the whole lot is Capel.
Yeah, I think in terms of pure innate ability, you've got to say Capel. What he did here to win the Guineas against immeasurable odds was something sensational. You know, it's not something you don't see every day, and I was so proud of him. He was a terrific racehorse.
I'm going to let you go because Big Cat's about to jump away in the last race of the day. Stan, thank you so much for your time and good luck for the future.
My pleasure. Thanks very much, Andrew. Thanks, guys.
Pleasure, man. Thanks, guys.